All right, the next design is the 2-pole run. This is gonna be left-handed U-turns, but a little bit sharper, a little bit more fun. Once again, you can download these designs onto your phone so you can have them on your handlebars like I do. So if I get a little lost, I can look at them real quick, or I can look at them when I'm paused here at this part. So let's go ahead and jump into that. The first one is gonna be familiarization of the design itself. And then after that, we're gonna do 4 runs as quick as possible. So 12.66 was my last righty-tighty. Let's try this one out. So 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy on this first part. So around these 2 cones, nice and easy. And then we're gonna get in between these 2 cones, go around these 2 cones. I'm doing it nice and easy. And then we're gonna exit out. All right, now that we kind of familiarize with the design a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and go for some speed. So 14.58. So some speed here. So off to the side of this first cone. Once I exit these, that's when the time starts. Camera good here. Once again, record yourself if you want, but practice and have fun. All right, counterweight, head and eye turn. You see how my head is turned? Counterweight, a little bit of braking right here, head and eye turn, counterweight, accelerate out. All right, 11.4, so cut off about 3 seconds from familiarization to actually trying. So this is run number 3, here we go. Nice and easy. And if you hit a cone, the run doesn't count. You're gonna have to do the run all over again. So if you hit the cone, instead of doing 5 runs, you're gonna do 6. All right, 11.28. I'm not keeping track, I just see 11s. That's what the filming's for. It's like a training journal. All right, so that was number 3, this is number 4. Nice and easy. Oh, a little bit wide on that one. Gave it a little too much throttle, that's fine, but we're gonna keep going, we're focusing. Just like target fixation on a turn, if you're like, oh crap, instead of target fixating on the exit, target fixating on that pole or that tree, you focus on the exit. That's what happened there. So this is a good life lesson. It's still a good time. All right, so number 4? Okay. I'm gonna try to cut this one a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter. Friction zone throttle control will help me balance with that. A little bit of rear brake maybe. Helps you balance a little bit. All right, 10.82. So cutting it shorter actually helps out. So speed will make you go wider in a nice arc, but this is more of a you go, slow down, turn, go, slow down, turn, go, slow down, instead of just go. You'll find out your rhythm. All right, here we go. Next one, last one. Counterweight, 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 friction zone throttle control. Accelerate, counterweight, 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 friction zone throttle control, exit out. That last part, you'll get some good speed. 10.420. All right, 420, nice. All right, so that is the 2-pole run. We're gonna be moving off into the next easy one, and then we're gonna start getting into harder and harder progressive stuff. So we got moderates and hard ones after that. So have fun with this and enjoy yourself. I'll see you on the next one. All right, this next one is called the bootlace. Now this is gonna be just a figure 8, but a little bit wider and in between all these cones. So this is a good one because we're gonna practice our left-hand turns, a nice change of direction to do the right-hand turns. This is really good because if you are taking a test and it does have a figure 8 on it, this is the one you wanna do. All right, here we go. So familiarize ourselves. We're gonna do 1 to familiarize, and then the last 4, we're gonna go for time. So this one is to go around all the cones, in between the cones, change of direction for that figure 8, look to the right, go around all these cones, and then we're gonna go ahead and get through these middle, look left, and then we're gonna go ahead and exit out right there. So very good. Now that we have that, 16.37, we're gonna go ahead and give it some speed. Before we jump into that, I want you guys to see that we do have the designs on the phone, and that's kind of the point, is that if you get a little bit unfamiliar, you can look at your phone, you can do the PDF download and have a good time. Let's go ahead and put this back. You're gonna wanna have a quad lock or something. Here we go. Now we're gonna go for time. 3, 2, 1. 16 seconds. Let's go ahead, try to beat that. You're gonna find what works for you. Head and eye movement, same thing. Head and eye movement, throttle control, friction zone, counterweighting. If you're making super wide turns, you're gonna have to work on your head and eye movement. If you feel like you're gonna fall in, you're gonna use your counterbalancing. If you feel like you don't have smooth control, friction zone, throttle control. All right, here we go. So 12.54. Try not to hit the cones. There's that shift. So about right here, I'm gonna go ahead and shift and then exit out. 11.8, we're getting better and better at our time, and we're having fun practicing our figure eight. So that was number 3, is number 4. Shift. Go around these last cones, get ready to shift, and we're exit out. I feel like my foot hit that cone, but it didn't. If it did, I'd have to redo it. I didn't feel it though. All right, 12, a little bit slower. Last one, let's see if we can beat 11. So we're speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, friction zone, throttle control, a little bit of rear brake here and there, counterweight. All right, once we get over here, we're gonna power through it. 11.8. All right, so we got 11s and 12s, that's pretty good. It's a good start. We're gonna be moving off into the snake on the next one. The snake is a fun one, and we're gonna exit right back out on this one. So practice those figure eights. Good U-turns to the left and the right with the change of direction. Head and eye movement where you wanna go, all right? All right, everybody, we're gonna be jumping into the snake. This is the first moderate design. It's a little bit harder than those first 4, but we're gonna have some fun. So 5 total drills. First one, maybe even the second one, is gonna be familiarization, and the last 3 we're gonna go for time. So we're really trying to get our best time, but we wanna do the design correctly. All right, this is gonna practice a lot of right-handed turns. So we're gonna go around this cone right here, and we're gonna go around this middle cone, nice and easy, but then we're gonna go a little bit wide and go around these 2 cones, in between here, and then we're gonna exit all the way around. And then there we go. So familiarize yourself, take your time. If you have to, look at your phone. That's perfectly fine because that's where the designs are. You can download them. They could be on your phone like right here. Very good. So got a little bit familiar. So around this one, around that one, around. Okay, here we go. A little bit more for time. A little bit around all this. Look where you want to go. Always look at the next cone that you're trying to go through. So the first time was 20 seconds. What is we at now? 14. Okay, so made a big difference. So we're gonna pause next to this cone right here. Good job for braking. You want to speed up a little bit, maybe practice your emergency braking. All right, here we go. Number 3. And right now, let's give it some speed. 13.29, so a little bit faster. So this is number 4, emergency brake, boop, stop next to the cone, very good. Here we go, 13.29, this is number 3. Or number 4. Nice and easy. You can give it a little bit of speed around this next part. There it is. That last part is like a nice wide arc, so you can maintain a pretty good arc. 13.2. Let's see if we can beat 13 total on this next one. So boom, boom. Once we get around this, it's like a nice wide arc, so I could probably give it some speed. So I'm slowing it down right here. I'm gonna go to the outside a little bit. See how I gave it a little bit of throttle? Gave it a little throttle, give it some speed here. Slow it down maybe a little bit right here. And then boom. Practicing my U-turns, trying to beat me. Almost 13.05. All right, trying to beat my own time. It's a competition with myself and see what I can do. And another fun thing you could do is maybe see if you could do it as slow as possible. I don't know. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so this next one is called the boxer's gloves. It looks like a little glove. It's a nice sharp turn right here and a nice wide arc after that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, get some speed, but at start, you're gonna have to slow it down. So it's
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I see people are at 7 p.m., 10, 8 p.m. Where's everybody at? Everybody's all over the place. What's up, cold and rainy? How you doing, Colin? Harry, how you doing? No friction zone. Jason, how you doing? Jerome, Alex, Europe, Romania. Wow, the beard. Oh yeah, the beard. I mean, if you guys haven't been here for 2 weeks, last week I showed off the beard. I like it. It makes me look, I don't know, you can actually see my face. Brian, how you doing? Arizona, nice. What part? I like it. It was an idea somebody. Oh, Tucson. Oh, Tucson. How you doing, James? I'm in Tucson too. Maybe we could do some drills. Somebody recommended the idea of it, and I decided, yeah, let's try it out. And I like it. I like it. Currently in Chandler. Nice. Nice. Hey, Smee, how you doing? It makes it look a little thinner. I need to trim the neck though. I'm gonna trim the neck tomorrow morning. I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning. Shave the head tomorrow. Yeah, all that stuff. Guys, life's been good. I had a Romanian girlfriend back in the day. She was watching your channel for a while. First time catching you live. Nice. Welcome, Mark. How you doing? We're in my office right now. We're getting ready to head into the classroom. We have about 60-something of you guys in here, but 33 of you are signed into class. You have to click that like button. What's the idea? Just tuning in, looking fresh. Thank you, Dunkus. We're going to go over some crashes and close calls. We're going to utilize the plan method. There's one new video for MotoStars today, and then we're going to go over one that's about 2 years old. So we got two videos today. I've been working on the new Smart Rider Games book. I have a prototype cover page, title page, front page, whatever you want to call it. And then let me get these keys off my... And then I've got most of the other designs done. The QR codes are already set up. I figured out how to, because some of you guys are saying, like, in the old book when it was a digital download, that you, like, what's the point of a QR code? I can't click it. It's on my phone. So now this book is gonna be vertical, so it could be on your phone, and then also the QR code will be clickable. I might change it to like a little, like a play button, but this way you guys can click it and watch the video, which is what has been popping up at the beginning of class, a little intro, and I'll be making more and more to beat my old time, so that you guys don't get complacent and try to see if you can beat my time when it was like 6-7 months old, because hopefully I'd be getting better, right? Started writing, and your videos have been massive help. You're welcome, Boxier. Duchess17. Hopefully I said that right. You're welcome, Shmee. You're welcome. Nova Scotia, Canada. It's raining here right now. It's a vibe. Nice. Nice. It's not raining. It's nice and sunny out today. After the stream, I'm going to go ahead and edit these videos and then post them up for the weekend. And then I got some work to do. I'm gonna go ahead and relax a little bit today. I got some chores I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean up. I have a date tomorrow, so having some fun there. Been dating for a little bit. Gonna make some cedar plank salmon tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow's Valentine's. I did remember that. Guys, yeah, tomorrow, guys, if you don't remember, tomorrow's Valentine's. Don't get caught. Get something. Got my fiance watching your videos with me, and now she wants to learn to ride. Nice, Alex. Yeah, get her to ride. Tomorrow's Valentine's, guys. Come on. Some cedar plank salmon. I got some potatoes. Some garlic herb potatoes I'm going to make. And then I got some broccolini. I'm going to grill it all. Nice little Nice little Friday evening. I got flowers today. Beat the rush. Nice. I got them yesterday. Got a little gift bag. Got a little bag. He's heading out of town for Galentine's or something on Saturday. So I got hopefully she's not watching. Got a little gift bag of like some treats for the drive. Still digging our way through winter here in New York. Oof. I was about to barbecue some steaks tonight on the random. I'll have Valentine's Day gift is that 2024. Oh, it's shipping me back to London. 48 of you guys have signed in. There's 70 something of you in class. You're kind of waiting in there. Make sure you hit that like button to sign into class. Get credit for today's class. Yeah, things have been good. I try not to announce things just because it's still talking stages. I don't want to like get too excited. You know the deal. Sunday, I have a Spartan race in Phoenix. So I'm going to go up there real quick, do the sprint. It's about 5K. And then I'm going to come back. What else did it? This weekend was great. Spent some time with some people I care about. Super Bowl was kind of interesting. You guys watch Super Bowl? It's kind of a blowout. Yeah, just been working on the book. Making sure that the book is doing well. I mean, that's just kind of like where I'm at when it comes to that stuff. I'll go ahead and lower down some of that volume, the output volume. It's Oliver Sun here in New Zealand. Yeah. Greek salad, easy and tasty. That's not a bad idea. Does your Valentine rides with you, Dan? Yeah, she hasn't. I don't have a 2-up seat on the Honda Rebel, but what are the initial, like, when she found out, like, kind of what I was doing here and what I've described what I do, she's open to riding as a passenger. Seemed kind of excited for that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we've just been talking for about a month. Be our 9th date. We'll see how it goes. Just sharing with you guys. Just waiting for everybody to sign into class. We got almost 60 likes. You know, in fact, we might, let's go. You guys want to head into class? Let's go ahead and make sure to get the pen all situated. Yeah, I hope tomorrow goes well. I hope so too. I'll see you guys in class. I'm gonna take the elevator. What? Here we go, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started pretty soon. We got donuts today. I've been eating a little too much pizza lately. Oof, I'm starting to feel it. I'm kind of out of it. My lower back's been hurting a little bit. Haven't been working out as much. Still getting there. Got some donuts. Let's go and get that pen. Another beard stream. How you doing, Sworn? Darth Yader, how you doing? Got the pen. Yeah, we got the pen. Very good. Who's your football team? I don't really have one. I don't follow too much. I hope they both have fun whenever they're playing. Look forward to spring, going to get an e-bike team together. Yes! You can do that too with the e-bikes, guys, with the Smart Rider. Here, I want to kind of show you guys. This is just the prototype. It's just the draft. It doesn't have the cover page on it yet. But yeah, it has the QR codes on the bottom. And so like you can typically click, let's see, I think it works for the first one. So like there's the QR code for the let's get this mic. Come on now. Has the QR code on the bottom. And it takes you to It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to be practicing. We're going to be training. We're going to be competing against each other, see who gets the best time. And then once things actually get solidified, the team, or the person, you know, maybe I can max it out to like 5 people a team. I might have to max it out because I don't want like 20 people on a team and get the challenge coin, because that's what I'm going to be doing, is sending out a challenge coin to the winner for the season. I'm going to try to do quarterly seasons. You know, like spring, summer, fall, winter seasons. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun doing that. And then hopefully, you know, if that takes off, guess what we might be having instead of live classes or live streams in the classroom? What do you think? What do you think about live training out in the parking lot? I have to get some different equipment, but there's ways to do it. Hooking up multiple cameras, or at least one camera, having it live in the parking lot. You know what I mean? How long the game will be on? What you mean? What are you talking about? Kind of random question. Do you have any thoughts on current moto market and its prices? Just everything's just getting expensive. Everything's just expensive. It's kind of frustrating. Used market's kind of terrible. Kind of screwed on a lot of things. E-bikes are starting to become more of a thing, so it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, the Honda Rebel itself, I remember in 2019 I paid for one. It was like $7,000 out the door, if that. And the one I just got was like almost like a little over $10,000 out the door. It was frustrating. I was like, what the heck? Just in 5 years. Set up live training like Dan, with Dan, like the National Guard, 1 week in a month, 2-week camp in the summer. Yeah, that'd be actually, that's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. We'll do a little camp, maybe not 2 weeks, but I mean, we'll do a little camp session once a year. I used to do that. I tried doing that. It was, I think it was like 2018. I was going to do an annual camp out. 2018, I did a camp out for the weekend, and I planned something for like April 2019. I think that's when COVID hit towards the end of 2019. So it was April 2019 I did the camp out, and then I was going to do one for 2020, but then COVID kind of ruined everything. I was going to do an annual thing. It was going to be fun. Mountain bike costs just as much as an e-bike. Yeah, Dunkus. I remember back in the day, like, you can get like a pretty decent car, especially used, for like under $5,000. Only the strong star. That's a awesome Honda Rebel 1100 DCT, brand new, first bike. You're gonna bet you love it. I bet you. Yeah, you do. You said right there. I love it. Is it just my ass in it, or is the stream buffering a lot? I'm not dropping any frames, and I have no skipped frames. Might be the internet, or it might be YouTube. Might be YouTube. On my side, I'm uploading good. I got about 6,000 kilobits a second. Out of 84,000 frames, 0 dropped. I wonder if it's YouTube. 68 likes, 80 of you guys in here. Let's get to 80 likes and we're going to get started. Let's take a look at this first video. Just the beginning. Ooh. One second. Come on. There we go. One second. Whew. That doesn't look good. Yeah, that video does not look good. Oof.
See it and stay.
What do you think happened to that guy? What do you think happened to that guy? What do you guys think happened to that guy? Rebel and the Eliminator are You missed it? Let's see. Not that guy. Not that guy. What do you think happened to that guy right there? Oof. He's not looking good. It looks like Border Patrol. Maybe SAR, search and rescue. Out in the mountains. Into the guardrail. Let's take a look. When we hit 80 likes, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go and take a look at that part. Oh, we're going fast here. Oh, snap. Okay, so he probably went too wide in the corner. So remember, remain calm, ensure your own safety. It looks like these guys are ensuring their own safety by blocking and controlling traffic. So it might be summertime. That's why they're holding up like a sheet. So you can actually do that with the Mylar blanket. If you have extra people, it comes into the rescue pack. You can get a little Mylar blanket, so you can use that itself to block the heat because it can get hot. It can get hot. So we have nitrile gloves on that guy, multiple guys. So they're working the chest. They're doing an assessment. The guy on the bottom left where the leg is, he's probably doing an assessment of the legs. Someone's at the head. That's good. He's probably the one in control. Typically, the guy at the head is the one actually calling a lot of the shots because he can't do much other than hold C-spine. But it looks like he's not even holding C-spine. That's fine. Oh. Oof. Okay, so just kind of looking at this, I mean, we talk about mechanisms of injury a lot. I like to do a little bit of accident scene, kind of like restructuring or whatever it's called, and just kind of get an understanding. Because like whenever I get on scene as a firefighter, like if I see a T-bone accident, it kind of gives me an idea of what happened, how it happened, and then I can kind of translate that into the body. So we go back to the beginning. So we're coming around this corner, right? And he passes. Actually, it's over here. Let's do this. So he's passing them. So I have a feeling that this motorcycle rider was coming around this corner, right? Let's do that a little bit better. Coming around this corner, hit the guardrail, flipped and flipped and flipped, and landed like right here. So extremely bad accident. Going around that corner, maybe a little too fast, went wide. We're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff probably in today's live stream. You guys know what to do. I get it. Slow press and roll might be a little bit boring because you're slowing down before a corner. Corners are a lot of fun for motorcycle riders. I mean, you can even see that at the beginning here when he's going around this corner. So we're having fun. But the problem is that if you don't have the skill set, which you typically get on a track, you get your high-speed skill set on a track. You get your slow-speed stuff in a parking lot, which is part of the Smart Rider drills. Okay, you get your slow-speed stuff, and that's going to help you out in day-to-day commuting. So high-speed stuff like this, you learn on a track where it's more of a controlled scenario. You're going to get skill set to do this in the streets, but you start to realize when you go on the track and you start doing this on the streets, it's extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. So it's one thing to like learn that skill set. It's another thing to apply it in real life. It's just like, you know, you go into the gun range all the time and you're practicing your shooting, but you're not going out on the streets like practice shooting people. You use it when you need it. Same thing with riding on a track is like you know how to ride fast. You learn trail braking. You know how to pick the best line. You know how to do all that stuff. And then when it comes down to it, when you're out on the road and somebody's pulling out in front of you, you know how to swerve and accelerate for your escape path a lot easier. Different skill sets. This is what can happen. That right there. That's what can happen. I've seen this a lot. They usually don't make it. And if they do, broken back, hopefully not cervical spine, hopefully lumbar, not thoracic. Because, I mean, it's one thing to like kind of like lose the functioning of your legs. It's another thing to like lose the rest of your body's functioning. Ugh. Yeah, the visor popped off. His head hit hard. I mean, like he didn't really... Typically when you see somebody crash like this and they hit this right here, they go flying like pretty far. Looks like he hit really hard and barely made it. So it means all the forces are transmitted into his body. I don't know if this guy survived. 83 likes, guys. We're going to get started. We're going to start. You guys know how it goes, though. I do have the drill booklet right here. Got the cones right here. We do a little ad read at the beginning. It's what pays the bills so that I can focus on the new book. And then that will start paying the bills. But it is what it is. The education stuff is free. The live stream has no ads. I turned off ads. I've been doing that for years. Cardo. Cardo still has their sale, 22% off. It's linked at the top of the chat. Click the link. You're going to get 22% off. And it gives an affiliate like a little kickback to me. So I appreciate that. Last April, I think, March or April, they had a sale going on. And made enough to where I felt compelled to donate. And last April, I donated an AED to my church. So this year, I'm hoping there's going to be more of that kind of like, sales to where I can do some more donations. So I'm hoping that would be the case. Yeah, they didn't have an AED, so I donated an AED, and I'm part of the safety team, so like I was able to like participate. I just did. Yeah, that's another thing. Sunday I was 2 hours of safety security EMS standby, basically just in case of like active shooter, somebody got hurt and all that stuff. That's what I do there. So I wanted an AED also on scene because CPR can only do so much, and if they have a rhythm that can be shocked, that's even better. Brian, Vale Christian. DGR this year, yes. I have not been asked to be an ambassador this year, which is perfectly fine. I've been asked to be an ambassador 2 years, and I guess that was like the first time they've ever done that. So I was really blessed to be able to do that. But this year I will participate in it, and I will be raising money for it. I really want to get the ebook of the new games out before then. It's in May. And because every time you guys donate, I'm going to give like 90% off or whatever, 100% off of the ebook. So super excited about that. Any opinion on Road Guardians? I like Road Guardians. I haven't done, it's been years, but I got certified as a Road Guardians instructor, mainly because I was an EMT at the time and basically what I do here. And I've been through some of their classes, and I really like what they have to offer. It's very easy for, it's almost like the basic smart rider, not basic smart rider, that's me. The basic rider course at the MSF where you kind of learn how to ride a motorcycle. Well, with Road Guardians, their intro class is basically how to be a beginner and help out on an accident scene. So they do teach you on what to do, how to do it. I did take some of the principles with it. Because they do apply, because it was made by a nurse, they do apply a lot of EMS into it. So remain calm, ensure your own safety is a big part of that. But I took that from EMT and being at firefighters, that as firefighters, if we are panicked on scene, it means our training's not that good. When we talk about brown stage, right? It means our training's not that good. We start panicking. And so with training, you can remain calm and then ensure your own safety. If you're part of the incident, you get hit by a car or you crash yourself because you're so panicked and you try to pull off the side of the road, hit some gravel and all this other stuff. Well, now there's 2 people that need to be helped. And stopping major bleeds, I really, after taking TECC and Stop the Bleed, realized that as a beginner, as somebody with no medical knowledge, at least stopping major bleeds is going to be a huge thing. And then quickly assessing severity. This is just gee whiz information. If you start noticing like they're acting kind of weird, they look like they're drunk, they're acting like they're drunk, they probably have a head injury, start having numbness and tingling in their legs and arms. They're like, what's going on? You can also understand, hey, lay down, do all that stuff. And then shock symptoms are usually later. That's not good. But I absolutely like Road Guardians. Long explanation for that one. Civilian active shooter training. Yeah, TECC is really good. I really like it. My cert, I was finding all my certs because I wanted to hang them up in my house. But yeah, I got my cert here. It's still good till the August 2026. Really good. I took it at Strategic Operations in California. Great facility. Learned a lot. Got to hang out with some Navy SEALs. So it was pretty cool. Has anyone here actually been in an active shooter situation as a firefighter? Just standby in training. I don't want to be a part of one. But the way you kind of look at it as an active shooter situation is that it's going to be a mass patient or mass casualty incident, and you can have that in multiple car accidents. So it's just mainly a trauma incident. With an active shooter, there's intent. With multiple car accidents, like a pileup or multiple motorcycle accidents, the intent wasn't to crash. It was mostly like an accident, but you're still going to have a lot of people with trauma symptoms. So I applied the active shooter training on how to manage a scene because it was very hectic, high level, hectic, stressful, how to manage trauma and major bleeds. And so very hectic, very high, like panic mode when it comes to like you're riding in a group and all your buddies crash, how to manage the scene. So I took a lot of that knowledge and I've applied it to what I talk about here. And it was a good refresher for me because a lot of it was EMS skills that I've already known. A little bit more advanced. We learned how to do cricoid. Can't think of the word. I learned how to cut people's throats the right way to breathe, and then do some needle decompression and a few other things. Things that I'm not going to do on scene. It's a little bit out of my scope, and I want to get more training if I'm ever going to do that. I'd rather have chest seals, and I have chest seals in my kit. 92 likes. Might as well get 100. Let's hit 100 likes. We'll get started. Yeah. Anyways. Tracheotomy. There you go. Thank you so much. And you cut the cricoid membrane. Right here. Right below the Adam's apple. I know if you're a woman, it's going to be a little difficult. Right below it, you're going to feel a gap. You're going to feel a gap between what it feels like two bones. And there's a membrane right there. Small little membrane. You cut a little bit, opens it up. Am I selling rider-friendly IFAKs? Yeah. I have a few left. A few of the rescue packs left. This one's all opened up, though, so it's not going to look as good when it comes in the kit. Because I took it apart to show you guys yesterday. But I do sell these. Comes with the rescue card. Is that the one in films where they do it with a pen to allow breathing? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Usually choking is lower. It happens towards the. Damn, I used to know all the terms. I guess I'm kind of getting out of the. Where does it break off? What's the word? What's the word where the trachea breaks off into each of the lungs? That's usually where the choking starts to happen. And so when you cut this part, it still won't do anything. Do the Heimlich. Do the Heimlich. Learn the Heimlich. Get us to 100 likes so I can stop cleaning my closet and folding laundry. I got to go fold some laundry. I'm going to clean the apartment. It's got to look good. The epiglottis is that flap right at the top. Yeah. Right at the top. I had epiglottitis as a kid. Wasn't good. I almost died. I think I was 4. Not good. Guy got shot at Lowe's right in front of you. 95 likes, guys. Let's get 5 more likes. If you are in class and you haven't hit that like button, please do so. Go ahead and grab a donut too while you're at it. Okay, go ahead and grab a donut. Hit that like button. We're going to get started real soon. Yeah, not good. Epiglottitis. Get that seal bark. Got a little croup. You ever heard? The carina. Alex, there it is. The carina is where it breaks off. Yes, there you go. Breaks off into the bronchioles. The carina. I used to know all these terms. Anatomy and physiology. Now I just talk about like inattentional blindness. So I'm assuming it's not just handling stress situations. You would need know your medical knowledge, and you applied it to active shooter situations. Yeah. So knowing how to manage the situation, scene safety, moving off the X. So basically, if the patient is shot and laying on the ground, that means there's an opportunity for you to get shot. So you move the patient behind cover, and then you start applying life-saving interventions. Kind of the same thing when it comes to being on a crash in the middle of the road where you don't want them to get hit, especially if there's no traffic control. So you might have to move the patient effectively, trying to like help out and not cause any more cervical spine or spinal issues. So doing it in a safe way so that they don't get hit by another car. Tyrus, that helps out with like toddlers. That's what you do with toddlers, with adults. Right above the belly button, up. It's hard to do it to yourself, so get one of those like choking. They sell those things, a little choking thing. I have one at home because I'm home alone. Stella, my dog, can't give me the Heimlich, so I have one of those things where it's like a bag valve mask, and you just it'll help you out. I don't want to be at home alone, and all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 days later, people start calling the cops because it stinks in there because I'm dead. Jeez, that would suck. I have choked before, but thankfully it was at the fire station, and my captain did the Heimlich on me. It was embarrassing. I was eating steak, and we were at the dinner table. And I was like, I got up. I was like, oh, I'm choking. So I was going to go to the bathroom to like solve it. And I was like, no. So I did the whole like, because I couldn't breathe. First time ever choking. And he did a Heimlich on me. And then everyone made fun of me for a while. Yeah. Scary. Scary. Yeah, so I don't want to do that again. All right, 99 likes. I see it on my side. 99 likes. I'm going to hit the refresh button. We're going to get started at 100. So one of you guys hit that like button. I bet you one of you hit the like button and then hit it again, and it went away. There it is. 100 likes, guys. We're going to get started. We're going to hit that like button one more time. Just kidding. Don't do it because then it's going to take it off. But we're going to go ahead and get started on this video. We're going to do the ad read. You guys know how it goes. We're going to hit the record button in 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman. Before we jump into all these crashes and close calls, there still is a sale going on with Cardo. 22% off. Click the link in the description. Get yourself a Cardo Pack Talk, Edge, or Freecom, or whatever it is that you want to get. Even the Duo, go in with your buddy so that you guys can split the cost. You can talk to each other, listen to directions. You can make fun of him because he's not riding well. Anyways, we're going to jump into this video. Lots of crashes and close calls. The goal is to figure out how it happened, why it happened, and then do what we can based on the Smart Rider principles, okay? So this one looks like we're going to have to learn how to rescue somebody, but mainly that seeks and maintains utilizing the plan method. This is an educational live stream, which we do every Thursday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We utilize the plan method. I'm going to describe it a little bit more, but we're going to jump right into it, okay? This is a MotoStars video, so hopefully a lot of crashes.
And for this...
All right, the driver's behaving as if the turn signal gave him the right-of-way, leading to a dangerous situation and cutting the biker off from the group. Not good. So this is a nice little staggered group. Maybe a little bit too much. Nice little open spot for this person to come in, I'm assuming.
Line.
We're closing the gap. Very good.
It being that line, I'm kind of unsighted for the...
Okay, so that's that open lane pattern that we talk about. This guy is not paying attention. We have unintentional blindness going on. So if you don't know what the open lane pattern is, if you're brand new to this channel, we go over this all the time, is that this person did not want to be stuck behind this person, and then they switch lanes. They see this big gap right here. They don't see us because it's the blind spot. They didn't do a head check. They didn't look in the mirrors. Car drivers aren't going to be the smartest. They're not going to be the best. It is what it is. We have to navigate that stuff. So when it comes to the plan method, let's go ahead and bring that up here. We can finally talk about it, is position for safety. Right now, we're in a decent position. They're coming over. Okay, cool. We located this hazard. Is it a relevant threat? Yes, it is, because it's going to be in our lane. It's now an active threat. So we have to find our escape path. So part of plan, so the P is we have at least one escape path, good line of sight, and good space cushions. Right now, no good space cushion, great line of sight. We do have an escape path. We can either accelerate onto the shoulder because we want to maintain our space cushion from this person right here. So we're going to accelerate to get ourselves out of here, or we're going to do some progressive braking. Let's go ahead and get that up there if you don't know what I'm talking about here. Progressive braking is a nice little first squeeze, initial, just a little bit to get that weight transfer to the front tire, and then you squeeze more and more and more to hopefully allow them in. So either accelerate to get in front of them or allow them in. And then talking on your cardos, tell everybody in your group, because you can have a bunch of people on the system using the app. It's great. I love it. Tell them, hey, I got cut off. And then if you can't see where they're going, maybe they're taking an exit, the rider leader will be like, hey, we're going to take this next exit. You just take the next exit with them because you guys are able to communicate with each other. So we have to have this in our mindset. So know this beforehand. That's why we're watching these videos, is so that we can see these situations and understand what we can and can't do, or what we should and shouldn't do. So right now, when it comes to positioning for safety, we're going to front load this video, guys, with a lot of this information. We're going to move on to a lot of stuff. Is that we don't have the best space cushion. It's not good. Position for safety, right? Not the best space cushion. Line of sight is completely blocked. We can't see anything. So what we can do is move over to the sides, whichever one you want. Okay, this one over here has this problem with that guy, right? This one over here has an escape on the shoulder if we need it. This one has an escape as a lane filtering if we need it. Okay, so we have line of sight. We can see above, or we can see around if we're off to the sides. Now, off to the sides in terms of we're off to the sides of our lane. Okay, so that's what I'd be doing. I'd be adjusting. We're constantly moving from plant like PLA to an N to back to P. Our goal is always to have a good position for safety.
That we're just going by his window, and I'm...
See right there. Let's say the car didn't move. Let's say the car's right there. You see how our line of sight has improved because they moved and we moved over a little bit? That's also our escape path.
right up close with the rest of those bikes. He just pulled straight.
But yeah, he pulled out to get in front of the other car.
Situation shows
all right, casual ride home from work.
Cargo unsecured by the drivers can be for the bikers.
A little bag. Oh, we got some road surface hazards. Go ahead and do some adjustment. So just because it's a car, you know, we do the plan method. Right here, we're doing the plan method too. We're positioned for safety. We locate a hazard. Yeah, it's a relevant and it's an active one. So instead of staying in this position, we locate what's in front, we assess, and we're going to navigate ourselves over into a new position. It happens subconsciously for like little things like this. What I want you guys to do is apply these little things where it's, hey, it's a road surface hazard, to cars also, to corners, to intersections. It's all fundamental. It's a principle-based learning. I want you guys to be more aware of that. All right, what's happening here? Okay, we're coming up. We have lots of vehicles kind of stop, so we're going to slow it down. This is kind of risky. Find the escape. Good job with the progressive braking. We did the same thing that car wanted to do. We just did it a little bit quicker. So when it comes to this, we're coming up. Progressive braking stopped him. You notice how he didn't slam the brakes and dump it? So he applied some brakes, got some weight transferred, and applied more and more and more and more and more. Was able to stop to allow them in. High risk. You have to have the skills to manage any of the bad outcomes that could happen. There's no reason to get upset by it. Wear some gear outside of just a helmet. It's got a quad lock though. That's nice. That was a good brake. That was good braking. That was very good braking though. All right, coming around the corner. Watch out. This person's coming over. Accelerate out. Okay, happens. You can accelerate. Give it a little bit of a blip to get yourself out of there. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Little Honda Rebel. I love that little rubber ducky. What do we have here? We have lots of vehicles on the left. We have cars up ahead kind of stopped. Let's see. Okay, we're going to turn left. Oh, they're coming out. They're coming out. They didn't see you. They didn't see you. Not a big deal. Kind of freaky. Kind of freaky. Let's see if we could have recognized that person coming out. So they're in the vehicle. It sounds kind of like I'm Monday morning quarterback. It's Thursday. Is that if I see like the lights on in the vehicle, that means I know somebody's in there. I'm kind of, that kind of puts me in an orange stage. It kind of like, what's going to happen here? Are they coming out or are they just parking? Like, what's going on? Once I have that feeling, I kind of approach this a little bit slower. When the lights aren't on, then it's like nobody's in the car. I do that in my car. I do that on my motorcycle. These are all things that I do. All right, what do we got here? Buddies are just, we're having some fun.
I realized very quickly that it was not the best place to ride in like this.
Okay, right at an intersection, not the best choice. Wasn't able to stop in time. Hopefully our buddy that we hit is doing fine, because we just went up and over. Our back is gonna get hit. Our buddy's back is also hit. It could be massive injuries here. Could be. Let's see. Anybody getting up? Standing up is a good sign. No, but we got blurred and we probably got cataracts. We can't see very well. So don't do the wheelie stuff. Don't accelerate. Don't act like a goofball at intersections because people are stopped. Pretty simple. I don't think any of you... Are you guys all doing wheelies out there? Are you guys doing wheelies? I don't know. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, somebody's in our lane. Not a big deal. We're going to move over. We don't have to hit a mirror. Let's not hit a mirror. What do you think is going to be a hazard here? What do you think is going to be a hazard? Yeah, we're gonna have some rain. We can't see very well. Visibility's terrible. Visibility for other drivers are terrible. The road surface may be a little bit slippery. If our tires aren't very good, maybe we've worn them out. They're a little bit bald. Can't see any potholes. Can't see any road debris. It's going to be very difficult. So take it nice and easy. Either go the speed limit, maybe a little bit under. Our braking distance is going to be much more because we perceive probably less. You know, we perceive it a little bit late just because we can't see very well. Reaction time, maybe our hands are cold. Braking distance is going to be a little bit more because we're going to have to apply it a little bit slower. Yeah. So be very careful when it comes to this.
Of a completely irresponsible driver who decided to keep driving despite a huge threat to other road users.
Okay. It's hard to see on camera, but the tire came off and hit the overtaking vehicle. Oh! How is he still driving straight? He shook his head no to pull off. I know about 95% of you are men. That's the demographics on my channel. So the 5% of you that are not, please don't get mad. Do you? It does say a he, but did she hit like a curb, and then just was like, oh, no biggie. You know, whoopsie. And it's just like, he'll take care of it. Customer states wheel is rattling. Yeah. Yeah, don't stay next to that person. Get in front. Either that or drunk Russians. Yeah, turn up the volume on your stereo and the sound goes away. That's very woman math. Not sexist. Just is what it is. See all those TikToks and Instagram reels. Right, you'll be like, whoops. All right, what's happening here? They're just probably, yeah. They don't know where they're going.
On the street, yo.
Fighting words. Sorry, Kim. Sorry. It is kind of funny, though. Oh, we stalled. Oh, no. Pedal back. Pull in the clutch, pedal back. Get out of the road. So, beginner mistake. We stalled. Dumped the clutch out a little bit too soon. It happens. It happens. Hand maybe tired. 160. Oh, kilometers. Oh, no. Oh, oh, oh. There's a thumbnail. Okay, that's a thumbnail. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Once again, remain calm. Ensure your own safety. Pull off on the side. His bike is way up there. I wonder what happened. It's a straightaway. Maybe he dumped the bike. He did the whole layer down thing. I don't think the car hit him. I think they're just stopped there. Okay, so the bike's just ended up there. Maybe he fell off. I don't see any scraping. I don't care about the bike. Don't care. Leave it there. Turn it off if you want. Just leave it there. Help the buddy that is dying on the road. Anybody seen those memes where it's like, hey, sir, you can't park there? Okay, so there's the scrapage. So his bike was sliding the whole way. Okay. So it sounds like he's out of shape, but he's not. His adrenaline is up. His heart rate is up. His pupils are dilated. His blood pressure is high. So his arteries and everything's like it's constricted. So this is like a fight or flight moment. This is why remaining calm is extremely important. Do some box breathing. Fall back on your training. So he's not doing good. He's not moving. He's not getting up. Hopefully he's talking. Hopefully he's conscious. But if not, I mean, he looks pretty out. He looks pretty out. That's not good. Okay, so in this situation, he has a full face helmet. If he's not breathing, take it off. And then do some rescue breaths if you can. Okay, you just breathe every now and then. You know, typical breathing rate for an adult male is 12 to 15. So you might have to do a breath every 4 or 5 seconds. If you want to. I would start exposing him. So I would I would unzip his gear so I can at least see his chest. I would lay him on his back. Okay, here's how I do it. I would come up to him, check if he's breathing or not. If he's breathing, leave him. If he's not breathing, I'm going to have somebody grab his head and with me roll him onto his back so his head stays in line. So instead of like turning his head and then rolling him, if he's laying on its side, I'm going to turn his head straight and then roll him onto his back and then pull the, you know how you take your helmet on and off? I'm going to do the same thing, take it off, hold the head, and then have somebody start unzipping, do some breathing for him. And then if we need to, because I'm going to check his pulse too. If he doesn't have a pulse, we're going to do CPR. While somebody else, because there's so many of us here, I'm going to start telling people, I want you to check his arms, his legs, everything for any bleeding so we can stop any major bleeds. In the rescue packs and then in my own personal kit, I have 4 tourniquets, but in the rescue pack, there's 1. So I'm going to stop any major bleeds if there's going to be anything on his arms or his legs. More than likely, if he just dumped the bike and hit the ground, there might not be any lacerations. It's mainly going to be broken bones. It's mainly going to be some other issues. But if he's not breathing, doesn't have a heart rate, at least we can keep him alive because his pulse and his brain is getting oxygen until EMS shows up. And then hopefully, yeah. So only remove it if they're not breathing. And it's a full face helmet. If it's a 3/4 helmet, you have access to the airway. If it's a half helmet, you obviously have access to everything pretty much. If it's a full face, you don't have access because of that chin bar. If it's a modular helmet, lift the chin bar, keep the helmet on. But if it's a full face helmet, I'm not checking for priapism. That's a nice little EMS joke. It's like, hey, dude, turn to page 213, and it's usually like swollen nutsack because of pelvic injury. Anyways, going to lift it, take it off, and then do the breathing form. Only if it's a full face helmet. So controlling traffic, remaining calm, and all that stuff. He's not moving. Okay, now we're blurring it.
Relájate, hermano. No te duermas. No te duermas. Aquí estamos. Hermano.
So they're checking, like, what, he's not answering. He's not answering. Might be a fatality.
Relájate. Si aguantas.
Yeah, I'm getting demonetized. So guys, if you want to check out Cardo, 22% off sale ends on the 16th. Because this video is probably not going to be monetized. This is not good. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, good. Here we go. All right, riding with our buddies. Beautiful area.
No one was coming from
Talk to each other. Oh, going a little wide. Hopefully nobody's... There you go. Saved it. So it got a little too close, a little panicked. So we had to straighten up a little bit, not to hit our buddy. And then we went wide. So good job, though, on this rider for not panicking. Let's go back to the other view. So good job on this rider not panicking and target fixating on the wrong thing. So, let's go back.
Really lucky that no one was coming from the opposite direction.
Okay, so typically people right now start target fixating right here because they panic, and then they go to that. What he did was very good and target fixated over here on his exit, and he went to that. You can see it in his perspective. So what I'm going to do is once we get to his view, typically a camera, especially if it's on a chin mount, is centered pretty well. So this is where his focal vision is. And your focal vision is where you're target fixating. You're using all of this as your peripheral. You sometimes like move your target fixation here to look at your speedo. Sometimes you look, you might get distracted. You look over here. Sometimes you might look at your mirror over here on the bottom. You might do that. But for the most part, your target fixation is right there. So let's take a look when he's riding where his target fixation goes. So he's looking here. Oh, crap. And you see how it's starting to rotate? It's not up in there. It's rotated towards the exit. So it's really good. His target fixation never went away to where his solution is. So I want you guys to start doing that. If you start to look over here, yell at yourself. Be like, stop it, Daniel. Look over here. Like, yell at yourself. Be your own best friend. Be your own coach when you're out riding. Be like, hey, stop. Look over here. Yeah, luckily no cars are coming. That would have been very bad.
Hey, you get a little squirrely there, buddy?
All right, maybe an open lane. Oh, we got a merge area. This is going to be an orange stage situation. Anybody coming out? There's an open lane pattern. They came out, moved into our spot. There's another, open lane pattern. Even for car drivers, they don't care. They just go for it. You got to be very careful. Good job on this visual here. Lane filtering, be careful. You run out of escape paths to the left.
But this always gets me mad. Please don't be like this BMW.
Okay. Open lane pattern up ahead. That's one of the problems with lane filtering.
Try to look at
Be very careful with that.
As well, do not merge right away after passing the
Well,
crosswalk.
see how we're doing this part. All right, here we go. Around a blind corner. Okay, now we can see. Very good. We're coming up here.
I shall turn the view on when we get close to the...
Probably talking on their cardos. Sale going on. And after the sale, it's 10% off. So you're actually getting an extra 12% off if you get it before the 16th. Uh-oh. Oh! Take a look. We're in an intersection. Maybe they pulled out, and then we dumped the bike. Looks like we did hit the rear bumper. There's a little bit of a damage on that. Walking wounded, though. That's good. Hey, no major injuries.
You just reversed into my motorbike.
A little bit of damage. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Okay, let's just go ahead and get the insurance. If the deductible is more than what it costs to replace stuff, don't worry about it. Hey, side of the vehicle. Very interesting. Let's take a look at that one. So blind corner. Let's go back just a little bit. Blind corner. So be very careful. Intersections and corners are orange stage. We're kind of like, what's going on here when it comes to planning our ride? We located that this could be a hazardous situation. Right now, it's not really a relevant threat because we don't see anything. No road surface hazards, nothing jumping out. They could have reversed into her. And so we come up to here, we see that side of the vehicle. That's that pattern. So humans are very good at pattern recognition versus trying to think things through in the moment. We tend to see patterns and like, scary. You see eyes in a bush out in the middle of nowhere. It's a little pattern, right? You don't know what it is. You just see eyeballs. Here, we see side of the vehicle, open lane pattern. We see all the intersections. It's going to tell you what's going to happen. Corners, same thing. It's different than a straight road. But we see this side of the vehicle. That could be a relevant threat. So we're assessing if it is. And then once they start to peek out like that, they become an active one because they take up some of our lane. So we have to utilize our a new position for safety because we have to navigate. We might have to swerve left. Or if we have enough total stopping distance because we're not speeding, we can slow down. Maybe they make it out, and then we can go ahead and accelerate out of there. But we have to do something. Okay, we can't just be like, I'm just going to go ahead and drive straight into them. So what I'm trying to get here is that once you start to recognize those things, total stopping distance is a great, lesson here, is that perception reaction. First you have to perceive, then you have to react. So you either react with braking, react with swerving, react with nothing sometimes. So you still have to perceive it though. If you are oblivious, when we talk about the MTC awareness stages, you're oblivious because you're white stage, you're zoned out. Okay, you don't want to be zoned out. You want to be zoned in, and that's going to be the typical yellow stage. And if you go into orange stage because you recognize that there's a problem going on, it means you're hyper aware, and then you can do something. So it's just going to give you that little mental mindset of what you need to be doing. Look for those patterns. All right, here we go. Somebody's down. We're going through the mountains, going pretty fast. We saw this at the beginning before we hit the record button on the live stream. Guys, make sure you show up on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So we're coming up to here. Oh, all right, they're cutting his suit. Like, so I talked about earlier, we want to expose the patient, see if there's major bleeds, especially like a really bad accident. You know, you're going to have a compound fracture possibly, and then you start bleeding out. So you want to be able to stop the major bleeds. Oh, they're checking everything. Lots of people on scene doing their work. You see the difference between that other crash where everyone's just standing around and doing nothing? This is what training does. You actually go to work. This is what it looks like on like an EMS scene. People are doing work. They're holding a sheet, but you can hold a Mylar blanket or like an emergency blanket. And it's probably like summertime or something, so it's really hot. The asphalt's probably hot. We're cooling down the situation. So if you can't do anything, at least do that. But these guys are doing work. They got their whole EMS bag out. Ooh, they're doing work. Oh, pretty bad incident. So probably going too fast around the corner. And then this is where we end up. Guys, slow it down. Slow it down.
Fuck, bro.
All right, nighttime. We got some hazards of visibility. Okay, intersection, orange stage. We're gonna go ahead and turn right. Oh, random person on a bicycle out of nowhere. It's good to have lights on your bike. A little headlight. Okay, lane filtering, or basically just passing everybody.
Aye.
Oh, got close. A little risky for a person on your bike. Not good. Hey, we're on a track, so this is the best place to practice your high-speed maneuvers. What are we gonna do, low side? Yep, there's the low side. You see how we hit gravel and there's a big runoff? When we have somebody over here and the runoff is the guardrail, that's where it gets dangerous. We're putting a lot of speed into this, and instead of hitting, boom, guardrail, we keep sliding. And then there's usually EMS on scene. They'll take care of us. So if you're gonna go fast, go to a track. Go to a track. It's much safer. All right, riding around. Oh. Ooh, got a little kite. So you ever see like people in these countries and they have like that long like antenna on their handlebars? It's to catch those because they do kite wars. If you didn't know this, they do like kite wars down in a lot of these places, and then they like impregnate glass into their strings. And so then when they do like they're fighting basically, so their string will cut the other string, and then they win. And then that kite goes flying and lands somewhere, and then you have a string that's just kind of hanging down somewhere, and it's got glass on it. Imagine getting that wrapped around your arm. Imagine getting that wrapped around your neck when you're riding. Yeah, so they usually have that little antenna pole to catch those things. So that could have been bad. Yeah, that's why he's being very careful with it. Oh, we got some cyclists. This looks like a fun road to ride on. Okay, he passed him. Not a big deal. Oh, almost hit the curb. Almost hit the curb. Blind corner. You see the car up on the top where it says motorcycle moments?
Whoa. Holy.
Got very lucky. Side of the vehicle pattern. Slow it down. Not much of an escape. Oh, you're welcome, Motorstars. Not much of an escape on that one. But guys, make sure you hit that like button. You go to the Cardo. Use the link in the description for 22% off. Grab yourself a donut. And I'll see you guys on the next live stream, typically Thursdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. See you there. All right. Woo. I feel like I need more caffeine. Fred Inky, daily deals. 21 tee times. I haven't been golfing in a while. Motoman Dan. Ooh, I like that name. One in the can flying to Cali for an 800-mile. Ooh, nice. On my phone in class. Yes, I know. I know. But I'm also the instructor, and I provide donuts for everybody. Okay? It's okay. It's during break. Go out and take a piss. We're going to get started on the next one. We have one more. This is from 4 days ago. This is the new one. All right, go take a piss. Go take a piss. We got a new one. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, a little squirrely there. A little off-road there. Somebody crashed there. What do we got here? Don't hit the sign. Don't hit...
Hey.
Yeah, you thought I froze. I'm all out. I want to go no caffeine again for a while. I know I slept better. I had to rush this morning. The landlord wanted to check out the office and the building, making sure everything was up to code. So far, everything is. I got a trip hazard of an extension cord here. I got to make some adjustments over there. Not a big deal. I almost didn't make it, though. I guess I snoozed my alarm. I usually wake up at 6. I snoozed my alarm, and it was like 7:15. I had to be here at 8, and I still had to take care of morning duties and Stella. And I got here at 8:02. I don't like that. That means I'm 17 minutes late. Didn't like it. I did go downstairs, because we do have a basement here. I went downstairs, and I have like a mini fridge, and then one of the rookies, it's not a slave. I wouldn't say that. One of the rookies has to stay here 24/7 and make breakfast burritos for me. So I had a breakfast burrito. Did you mind all the pizza and donuts hanging around? No. That's how you sweeten the deal. Yeah. Just give him a little slice of pizza. He was wondering where I got the breakfast burrito. I didn't want to tell him about the rookie. Is it okay to start on a 700cc? Yeah, as long as you do good friction zone throttle control and you practice your drills. I bet you if you can do this on your 700cc, you'll be perfect on the road. What's better, 93 with ethanol or 90 with non-ethanol? I just go by what the owner's manual says. They say it's the best bike in the world. Yeah. Bribe him with donuts, yeah. Think I'm going to get the duo pack for my lady and I. Brian, do it. Just picked up the Cardo Spirit. I just really need it for Bluetooth so I can listen to music and answer phone calls. And yeah, I mean, that you kind of go with what you use it for. I really like the Cardo Pack Talk Edge, but I mean, they gave it to me also. And I use it on my e-bike helmets. I use it on my actual helmet. And I have like an extra, I have this extra laying around. But the Spirit, I mean, like these are great for group rides, like really good for group rides. The Spirit and everything like that is just really good to listen to music, have access to your phone, basically turn-by-turn directions. That's all you really need. And if you're not going to be doing group rides, and it's even good if you're going to have a passenger. It's not like you need that distance, right? Yeah, the mesh is nice because it disconnects and connects if you guys get too far apart. That's like all the different stuff. Yeah, it has... the Edge has the 2nd gen dynamic mesh communication and air mount, so it's like magnetic. Let's see if I can do that here. No, this is aluminum. It's not going to do that. Natural voice operation. Every time I've answered a phone call while I was on the bike, they didn't know I was on the bike. They thought I was like sitting at home. Like it was really good. It's waterproof, universal Bluetooth intercom, so you can actually connect with other, like you can connect with a Cena. I wouldn't do that. Just get a Cardo. And then they do updates over the air using the app. You used to have to connect your Cardo to your computer and then update it. And now you can just do it through the app. It's great. Balance energy drinks with a full can of water after. Yeah, I should probably do the same thing. Does it connect with other brands? Yes, it can connect to other brands through the Bluetooth, but it doesn't do the dynamic mesh like you could with the Cardo. So you can do like one-to-one, I think. Oh, I didn't know that, Alex. Interesting. I use a Tascam DRO5 for audio because I can adjust the gain. But I keep hearing and seeing people connecting it to like their Instas and a few other different cameras, and it actually sounds pretty good. And I think it's because of the mic that they have in the Cardos. The JBL speakers are great. The JBL speakers are great. Yeah, and you can upgrade them later. I still use earplugs, and you can hear the music really well. They're super loud. I wish I had. No, I don't have a helmet here. But I know Jess Rides. Anybody know Jess Rides on Instagram? I think she has a YouTube channel. She used to do live streams on Instagram and whatnot. Yeah, disposable earplugs. And she would put her helmet with her Cardo Pack-Talk Edge in the back and play music on loud. And it's like having a speaker in your room. And that was her way of saying, hey, look, good speakers. Obviously, you don't want it like full blast, but if you have earplugs and a few other things, it's not super loud, but you still can hear a lot. And it's great for phone calls because then you're like, what did you say? You don't have to do that. You can hear pretty well. 113 of you. I know a lot of you guys have left and have joined the live class. So make sure you guys grab yourself a donut and hit that like button. Hit that like button to sign into class. Let's get to 150 likes. What do you think about electric earplugs? Those you can use for shooting too. I hear they're good. It's basically like a noise gate. Once it gets to a certain decibel, it shuts and makes it active noise canceling. The only thing that you're going to deal with when it comes to riding on a motorcycle is that consistent wind and that white noise, and that wind, just like the piercing, is just it's gonna damage your ears. So regular earplugs, perfect. You don't need to have that noise gated because you're not going to have like a massive spike in decibels when you're on your bike outside of a crash. So just disposable earplugs. I got like a bin for like $15 off of Amazon, little squishy foam ones that are meant for like shop work. Perfect. And then once they get a little gross, like after like 3 or 4 rides, just get new ones. Or if I lose them, I have new ones. Yeah, like 3M stuff. That's what I use. Just not the like crazy expensive ones. You have problems with things not fitting in your tiny canals? Okay. It's me. I still hear everything with the earplugs in, and then if I have no music, I can still hear everything. You just connect the Cardo as an external mic and add the camera as a passenger. Okay. There's motion in my office. Okay, let's go ahead and snooze you. I was thinking about them after my last trip. I already have tinnitus. Oof. Tinnitus is no fun. Every now and then I'll get it. And I'm like, ooh, please go away, please go away. And it goes away. All right. We're going to get started on this video so I can start editing and start getting back to working on the book. And I have 2 packages I got to go ship too. So I'll probably do that. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, everybody. You guys ready? We're going to do the ad read. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to be watching a Motostars video trying to figure out how these people are crashing so much so that we don't do it ourselves, utilizing the plan method. That's going to be the method that I developed and created so that we don't crash. But before we jump into that, I want you guys to know that there is a sale going on with Cardo. It ends on the 16th, 22% off. Typically, it's 10% off if you click my link, but it's 22% off if you click my link until the 16th. So get yourself a Cardo Pack-Talk Edge Duo, you know, for you and your riding buddy, or for your girlfriend or wife or whatever, so you guys can talk to each other and learn how bad their singing is. So let's go ahead and just move into this and take a look.
Hey guys, it's always good to learn from the mistakes, so today we are starting
Okay, lane filtering.
dangerous
So big hazards are swerving left and right. You can't.
Didn't take
You
long.
can only really accelerate or decelerate. You watch out for the or don't hit the back of a vehicle.
Consequences to appear.
Wasn't paying attention. We were going right towards it. Hit the hand, hit the foot, so it probably caught that foot peg, and then it caused it to, yeah, so we have damage to the foot, damage to the hand, definitely damage to the foot, so mechanism of injury, our right foot is probably smashed. So right now, foot is smashed, that's the only real injury, until our left shoulder hits the ground. Then we have shoulder injuries. Maybe some ribs. Inside of our head, so we're going to have a little bit of a concussion, which is a traumatic brain injury. And then into the back of the car. Hopefully no back injuries. And so what we can do here is hopefully rescue this person. So first we got to remain calm so we don't become part of the incident. Ensure our own safety. You know, look for hazards. We're in the roadway. Oof. And if there's any major bleeds, please stop them. Please stop them. This is a bad incident. So one of those problems with lane filtering is that if you can't make it through the gap, don't go for it. If you're not paying attention, it's the wrong time to not be paying attention. All right, riding with a group all over the place. Don't recommend this, guys. Let's not pass each other. We got cars. We got all these other problems. Is there going to be a car around this corner? Are you going to low side? Nope, you went a little too fast. And you went off-road. And then you hit a really pretty cool fence, I would say. So thankfully it didn't hit too hard, and this is why I like having my phone on my handlebars for GPS navigation. If you guys ever played video games, racing games, you know, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, whatever it is, you have that mini map, you kind of know where you're supposed to be going. So I know that, hey, there's a turn coming up, and after that, it's a right-handed turn. It looks pretty sharp. Yeah, I got a left-handed turn. I have a right-handed turn. We just navigated this weird-ass turn, but our buddy didn't, and so now we're going to hopefully rescue them. Going a little too fast. Going a little too fast. Wasn't prepped for the turn. You see how far down he was trying to make that. Has a skill set, but took a risk. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. Hopefully he's not hurt. His junk probably hurts, though. Now, that's a pothole. Oh! That's not a pothole. That's a crevice. A crevasse. Can't really see it. A little road surface hazard there. That's a trench. You're right. Stay on the road part that you can see. Oof. Hopefully you didn't get hurt. The bike's a little damaged, I bet. All right, parking lots. You guys, you like the rev bomb inside parking garages. They're fun, but they're a little slippery. It's typically concrete. Yeah, that's kind of like a weird asphalt. Not a lot of aggregate. Looks like a lot, but not a lot of traction. And then you have to watch out because parking lots have a lot of oil, right? Dump the bike. Lost a little slippage. Take it nice and easy. Do your slow speed maneuvers. You know, get one of the smart rider drills. Practice your drills. So you can understand your weight, your counterbalance, your head and eye movement, your friction zone throttle control. You know what the bike can do. You can keep it more upright. You can actually go super slow. That's what you want to do in a parking lot. Vegas has weird slippery asphalt. Yeah, I've been there a few times. A lot of parking garages. All right, riding on the interstate.
It requires a lot more focus.
Yeah.
Rider in the back found that out when he had to change plans in an instant.
Talk on your cardos. Tell people we're changing plans. We're taking the exit. If you can't make the exit, go off to the next one and tell your buddies, hey, I'm not going to make it. Oh, that looks like a... That looks like a Sportster. I'm just trying to get a thumbnail. All right, we talked about target fixation in the last video and how to utilize it. It is a tool. Your focal vision is your tool of where you're going, basically. Where your eyes are looking is where you're going. That's your intent. And so when we get up to this situation here, yeah, talk on your car, say, I'm going to miss the exit. So we get up to here, and instead of looking like to get behind this person, he's like, oh crap, 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 and then hits that. So retrain yourself. Like if you're looking at this and saying, oh crap, be like, you know what, stop. I'm not going to stop, Daniel. Stop, 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 stop. Look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here. Use your focal vision as a tool to get yourself out of a lot of situations. Broken bones, easy. And they are using Cardo Pack Talk edges. Look at that. Tell each other, we're taking this exit. Big group ride. Full gear always. Okay, crash to 30,000. Oh. Oh, he is rubbing on his body. Thermal transfer, road rash, all that stuff. He could get some burns. He held on. He's got a jacket, but it doesn't look like he's got pants. He's going too fast. Okay, so after a crash, assess severity. He had, okay, that's his arm. So this is probably after a crash, so we're assessing the severity, right? So quickly assess severity. So we're remaining calm, ensure on safety, stop major bleeds. Quickly assess the severity. So we see that, hey, we want you to sit down and relax. You know, might be disoriented a little bit, so maybe he has a brain injury, maybe has a concussion, right? A little head injury. We want to make sure that he actually can move his legs and arms pretty well, so maybe a spinal cord injury. We're just going to sit here and let our body just, you know, come back. Okay, let the body get the adrenaline out, get the cortisol, get all those hormones to just settle down. It might take a little bit, but we're going to sit with you. We're going to chat. So that's probably what he's doing right here. It's probably right after a crash.
Sit down.
Yeah, you can see some rippage on his pantalones.
Is your head okay?
Good job with the assessment.
Relax.
All right, this is what happened. Oh, oh. Yeah. So he's got him off the side of the road. Very good. So we're remaining calm, sure on safety. We parked on the side. Guy's gonna get off. Very good. Handled the situation really well. What are we looking back for? Listen to music. What does he listen to? What is he listening to? What is he listening to? Looks like Spotify. Oh, not paying attention. Not paying attention. We keep looking back, and guess what? There's a wall right there, buddy. That's why we need to look forward. So in the MTC awareness stages, you know, we're zoning out because we're looking at this. We're not paying attention. We need to pay attention and zone in. Look forward. Where are we going? Yoink. And it's embarrassing. And it's going to be painful. It's a natural consequence. Ugh. Not good. You might want to get off the road.
This is another example of how dangerously speeding can be, and at such high speed the risk increases significantly.
Okay. Watch out, anybody wanting to pull out. Oh, this guy that was ahead of us crashed. So we can't help. There is EMS, or at least the first responder on scene. So that's good. Look at it, it's undercover. Still on the ground. Not good. Not good. Okay, so we're having some fun. We're not going too fast. I mean, it's probably kilometers per hour. Got a passenger on the front. Ooh. Oh, you guys know what's gonna happen next? Look how far they're leaning. So they're going a little too fast for the corner. Do you think they're going to go wide or low side? What do you guys think? Right in the chat. Right in the chat. Oh, we went wide. So did they. We went wide. Oh, into a field. Oh, with a passenger. She's not going to go on that third date with you now. You just broke her leg. Ooh, look at the big old rock right there. I don't have hair. But if I did, I wouldn't waste it on that haircut. All right, here we go. Oh, well, we've seen this one before. A little side of the car pattern, kind of pulled out. Good job with the swerve. Nice, easy movements. Is that a KLR? Looks like a KLR. I love those. Going around the corner. Oh, lost some traction. Gained it right back. Gained it right back. Sometimes that happens.
That was slippery.
Yeah, I wonder what it was, a road surface hazard or something. Some gravel. It's in the shade, so maybe it was a little cold. Maybe there was snow at one point. It looks like it's winter time, and so it's not really dried up yet.
Nelly, that was slippery.
Yeah, probably black ice. Yeah. There's a side of the vehicle here, not a relevant threat. We're in an intersection. There's a side of the vehicle that is a relevant threat. Good job with the progressive braking.
Decided to confront the driver.
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. No. I was about to give you a good job with the progressive braking. Don't go. No, we're not gonna do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not a big deal. Yeah, see it already? Our lane's moving faster. This person's moving faster. We just in those few seconds. Our lane's moving faster, right? What do you think this person's gonna do? What do you think this person's gonna do? Open lane pattern right here. After a while, you just start seeing this. And you just stay staggered with other cars. Just like if you're in a group ride, you stay staggered until they decide to move. I just let them in. Yeah, it just becomes natural, Dan. I like your name, by the way. And then don't get mad about it. Because, like, if you know that it's probably going to happen and you recognize it ahead of time and then they do it, instead of getting mad, you're like, oh, good job. Good job. I figured it out. Oh, geez. Sharp left turn chevrons. Watch out for the expansion joints. Somebody just crashed. He's getting up. That's good. Moving off, ensuring his own safety because you have to rescue yourself too. Oh, jeez. Went a little too fast. You're welcome, Emmanuel. Saved you a few times. Oh! Ooh, that might be copyrighted music, so we're just going to do that. But that was really close. That was really close. Oh, we're doing wheelies. High risk.
And unnecessary aggression.
They like it. High reward for them. Remember this car. Okay, I will remember this car. They probably didn't like the fact that you're being dangerous and there's a Karen in the car. I get it. Swerving, that's not cool. That's not cool to do that. Start yelling at me. I move on my Cardo. 22% off. Guys, it's like the best Bluetooth system ever. I know I've said it like 10 times in this video, but it's true, and it's a good deal. 22% off. QT, that's where we get our pizza at the in the firehouse. Okay, we got donuts today. We get Costco every now and then. Okay, we went off into the right. Okay, we're letting them pass. That's good. But we're telling our buddy on our Cardos, be like, hey, we got an idiot behind you. Watch out. Let's just go ahead and pull off. Let them go for like 2 minutes. Let's just sit and chat and make fun of them. And then they're gone. They're out of our situation. Right here, this is extremely dangerous. They can easily sideswipe us. They can accelerate into us. Why are we boxing people in? This is all ego. We're all fighting. It's all ego, whatever. Let them keep theirs. You keep yours. One of the things that I've learned with debates, I've actually took like an online course for debating, and then have read a lot, is that it's not about winning. It's not about winning. You always want to give your opponent a way to save themselves out of a bad argument. You want to give them an out. And so here, you go ahead and do and say whatever you want to do, but give them an out. Do not fight them. Do not try to win an argument that you can't win. Law of gross tonnage, they're going to win. They're going to hit you. Give them an out. Be like, do this, back off. That's it. Because when you don't give someone an out, they're going to escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate until somebody gets hurt. Take that, if you ever have an argument with your wife, she might be wrong. She might be wrong. Give her an out. Give her an out. Tell her you love her. Give her a hug. Don't say we can agree to disagree. Just be like, okay, I value your opinion. That's an out. Because this right here, now we're just getting dangerous. I mean, she can come at, she can get a knife and, come at you in the kitchen. She can put a pillow over your face when you're sleeping. You don't want her to do that. Don't escalate things. If you know you're right, you know you're right. Oh, having some fun here. This is, yeah, we dumped the bike. Dangerous, but, kind of like part of the deal here. It's got full gear, though. That's good. Oh, it's a red light. Trying to apply the brakes. Ooh, are we going to do good progressive braking? This is where you have to learn Spanish, but this is where you have to make the mental, very quick decision. First, you don't want to get yourself in this position. You should have been paying attention. But if you get into this position and it's not safe for you to stop, there is the option of running the red. There is the option of running the red. But you have to make that split decision if there's cars that are going. So you either have to brake really well with good progressive braking, or you're going to run it. Or don't get yourself in that position. So it looks like our buddy tried to slam the brakes, dumped it. We dumped it too. Maybe he was a passenger and he fell off. I hear lumbar contusion, so back contusion maybe. Raspados, that's all. I can't read that. Anybody in the chat after this video goes live, if you want to do a little, write in the comments what this means. Esquinced his lumbar. Oof. This doesn't sound good. Okay, dump the bike. All right. Oh, side of the vehicle. Starting to come out. Part of the plan method. Locating this. Is it a relevant threat? Let's see. Yep, it's a relevant threat now, and now we have to navigate. So how do we navigate? We are going to have to do progressive braking. Come on, plan method, get out of there. We're going to have to do progressive braking. Thankfully, we're not going super fast. We can also swerve. We had that option too. That's very good. Little 360 camera, equi-rectangular view. Didn't edit that part. That car was in our lane because that cyclist was giving that cyclist some room. So when it comes to positioning for safety, we locate this hazard, position ourselves a little bit more off to the left. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. The adapted splurge, it's 22% off until the 16th. After that, it's 10% off if you use my link. Oh, a little open lane pattern. Good job with the swerve last second. Very good. G1 rubs. So, a little swerve. Good. Close call with my phone while riding. Oh, see, this is one of the problems with the RAM mounts. I mean, they're really good, but these are some of the fail points. I have a rock form on my phone. I just like the magnet and then the sport ring. So, my day-to-day, I have a rock form, and their motorcycle mounts are great. They used to be a sponsor, and then I switched to quad lock, so I'll just take the phone case off and put a quad lock on because it locks it in. Let's see what happens here. Not good. Key and peel. All right. Oh, slow it down, slow it down. I know lane filtering at high speed is fun, but then you have this situation here, and then you dump the bike, and then everyone's going to crash, and you're going to get hurt when you could have just kind of slowed it down. You don't need to be going racing through. I get it. It's fun. I used to do it when I was a first-time rider. Thankfully, nothing happened. It's one of those like OGs, like thank you God for these omens type thing, because when I first started riding, all of a sudden I started seeing a lot more motorcycle crashes as a firefighter. Like I didn't see a ton until I started riding. And I don't know if that was because I was actually paying attention to it, but I was like, no, I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. And then I became Dan the Fireman. And then I just started teaching. Started doing those tips. You guys remember Saturday Scramblers? Oh, geez, having some fun. Just bouncing around until we dump the bike and lose balance and then hit a parked car. And then break some arms. I don't like the music. Don't like the music. Is that his horn? Do you think he chokes his chicken all the time? Oh, they put kitty litter or sand probably in their area, but kitty litter, and then hopefully they're gonna scoop it up. That's what we did. This is definitely after an accident, after the fire department's already left. They're probably doing their secondary survey inside the back of the ambulance. It's probably a non-life-threatening, because if it was, they'd have taken off already. So maybe just stabilizing the patient, doing all the stuff they need to do. That's a pretty bad accident, though. I'm surprised that they're still on scene. Or maybe it was a fatality. Might be a fatality. Looks like rear-ended, right? Looks like maybe rear-ended. Because how do you destroy the back end? Guys. Don't. We're talking about motorcycle. Destroyed. High-speed cartwheels, yeah, you're right. Maybe, oh. Maybe low-sided into the bike. Not good. Very high mechanism of injury, but with that said, it's the end of the MotoStars video and the end of this one. So go ahead and check out the link in the description for the Cardo Pack Talk Edge or the Spirit or the Free Com. It's 22% off until the 16th. We do these live streams every single Thursday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. You will notice that we are live. Hang out in the class. We got 140 of you in here, and we get donuts and pizza all the time. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Woo! Let's go to my office. I'll see you guys in you know, it's the end of the class. Let's go to the dorm. Let's go to my dorm room. Oh, nice little elevator. Works really well. See you, no friction. It was fun again. Thanks, Harry, for showing up again. I love seeing the same names in class. You guys are getting some good knowledge. And then on top of it, we get to hang out. We get to hang out. I love hanging out with you guys. It's almost like we have a Thursday date every single week. You know? Not like that, but I mean, like, you know what I mean. We show up every Thursday. We have some good fun. Once the Academy goes live, right now I'm working on the Smart Rider games because I want the Academy to be kind of like the DDFM crew meetup. How did we do with the games this week? And so once the Academy goes live, it's going to be more of like a group hangout. And I want to do like a weekly get together. And it's more like it's not an educational thing. We get to just chill and hang out. I am dating whole. Yeah, that's another thing, guys. If you are married, keep dating your wife. Treat her like a wife at home. Treat her like a girlfriend when you're out on a date. You know? Get her gifts. Make it sweet. Do some planning. Do it weekly. Weekly. Mix it up. Have like a rotation of like 12 different vibes. Write them down. 12 different vibes. You know, one time I'm cooking, one time we're going out to a fancy restaurant, one time we're doing like a nice little hike date, one time You know, like, mix it up. Mix it up. Don't do the same thing every time, that same meal, same restaurant. Mix it up. Oh, don't rotate don't rotate the woman. No, that's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Don't look at other women. Don't do that. You guys are taking my advice differently. Come on now. Rotate the women. Shoot. Well, you guys are going to be showing up more times on Thursdays because you're not going to have a wife at home. You're going to be bored. Not good. Not good. Oh. Not good. Oh my gosh, guys. Be consistent, be supportive, love and respect, be loyal. Yeah, I mean, and you could. I mean, I don't even like the look. For me, there's like no reason to even be like one-on-ones with another woman. Don't even want to look. But yeah, be loyal to all your girlfriends. That's true, Jeremiah. You can't turn off biological stuff, but it is what it is. She wants me to make the same thing every year, Alaskan king crab legs with 3 dipping sauces. Hey, then do it. That's what she wants. Do it. That's one of those things, like, if she finally tells you, like, what she likes and what she needs, just don't stop. It's hard enough. You can't read minds. That's the tough part. That's why I take notes. That's why I take notes. I create a whole personnel file. Likes, dislikes. Do's, don't do's. Favorite color. Names of friends. So I don't remember. So I don't get the whole, you must have told that story to the other girlfriend. Must have told that story to the other wife. That's not my friend. I don't like that. Important dates. Yes. Yes. That's why I keep it on my phone. Always got to ask. You're right, Douglas. Always. Also, don't forget about your needs. Approach it in a kind way. Don't let it build to resent. Now we're getting into, like, yeah. Read a lot of books. I had a lot of life experiences to learn. Took me a long time. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah. Pray together. That's a big one. That's one I want to get into. I just got into last January, not the January 2024. Started doing Bible studies and whatnot, but you're right. Couples therapy for beginner riders. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, but praying together, because it's a meditation in. It's a meditation together. A focused. Let's use some real words. It's a focused meditation on collaborating on standards and higher goals for the relationship. It's a great reminder and check-in to what the purpose is for what you both are doing. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like one of the best check-ins you can do. It's difficult. And I get it at the beginning. It might be like a little cringy. Like, this is kind of weird. But so is having a different, like, any conversation, really. It's a very intimate moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a spiritually intimate moment. There's, the physical intimacy, the emotional intimacy, sexual intimacy, right? Which is also emotional intimacy. But one thing a lot of people miss out is that spiritual intimacy. And intimacy, along with conflict and repair, builds strong relationships. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable is very precious and bonding. Yeah, Yeah. That's where conflict, and a lot of people don't like the word and I guess we are just kind of like, 100 of you in here. That's great. We finished the class. Grab all the donuts. We're just kind of having a hangout, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my bed up. There we go. Or bed down. Conflict. A lot of people don't like the word conflict. Conflict is just a difference of opinion. That's it. Two autonomous individuals coming together for a shared purpose do things differently for the most part. That's where compatibility really comes into play. But they do things differently for the most part. If you value that person has a voice, that person has needs and wants, but when it comes to conflict, it's a voice, right? And so you value that voice, you value that opinion, and you listen. You find out what the words are trying to say. So it could be an ask for connection, could be an ask for space, it could be an ask for this, it could be an ask for that. And you might not agree. And so there could be a conflict, but the conflict is meant to be side by side on the same team to find out how you both can move forward with that. And then the repair is the behavior of actually doing the solution. And then with the solution in place, things get better. Yeah, Smee, good. How dark is my soul, Dan? It used to be. Now I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to wake up every morning until I don't. Intense fellowship. I like that. Never heard it that way. Yeah, do you know the order of charity, Douglas? Where, it's God first, and then yourself, spouse, kids, like family, and then it keeps going down to like the world at some point. You're welcome. Be adaptive. It's not you versus me. It's us versus the problem. Good. And sometimes it's important to have that reminder, because sometimes you might be in that conflict and it really does feel adversarial versus team. There's the problem. And it turns adversarial a lot. Let's turn the music off. It turns adversarial a lot because their behavior or your behavior, right? Behaviors, not the person, it's behaviors, are owned by that person. So then it turns into like, yeah, you're the problem. No, the behavior's the problem. Step over here. Here's all the behaviors that we both do. We're over here. What can we change here? What can we almost treat the behaviors as like a third thing? And then you solve the behaviors. You listen. And if things get activated, that's typically a trigger. Your body gets activated, fight or flight. That's when the anger starts coming out. That's why having a break. It's like, hey, I love you. I'm going to go for a quick walk. I'll be back in 10 minutes. And we're going to come right back to this. Nice little hug, nice little kiss, nice little smack on the butt. You might have to fake it. You might be pissed. Do it. Walk for 10 minutes. Get your nervous system regulated so you're not in fight or flight. Do somatic work. That's a somatic work. Do some box breathing when you do it. I'm talking to men here. We typically get angry. Come right back. Men, you take the lead. You take the role in regulating. You have to be if you're going to be the leader of the relationship, you have to lead. You can't expect them to like, hey, you need to regulate. No, you regulate. You regulated. They see that. Hopefully, if they're mature, they'll regulate with you. Smee, great. Love that. And sometimes, you guys can take turns leading that. Telling a narrative story of your thought and feelings through a past situation can help. Yeah, it can. Yeah. Using some kind of adjacent, disconnected situation as a relative way. Also, sometimes over-explaining is a problem. Sometimes over-explaining is a problem. Sometimes this is how I feel. And that's it. No means no. Yes means yes. You say your statement once. If it's not understood, hopefully they ask clarifying questions. You can keep moving. You can keep answering questions. Transparency really helps. It builds trust. Okay, but you take a walk for 10 minutes. That would not work. Also, don't tell them to calm down. It doesn't work. Don't tell them to calm down. You could be a little brat though. You can make it lighthearted. It depends on the person, right? Depends if it's a high like stress situation or a low stress situation. You can make some jokes to lighten the mood and but if it's like if you start to recognize, oh crap, and you get into orange stage, right? Or red stage, it's like, oh, emergency. Don't be like, calm down. Yeah, don't ask, are you done? So that's another thing with boundaries, right? It's another thing with boundaries. Boundaries aren't meant to tell the other person what to do. That's control. Boundaries are what you will do in a situation if things escalate. And that's why I like the whole so when it comes to like that, hey, I'm going to go for a walk for 10 minutes. How do you get to that point? So we talk about total stopping distance, right? Perception, reaction, braking distance. There's so many things about motorcycling. There's so many things about like navigating stressful situations and everything that do apply to other areas. And these are things that I'd never really talk about because we're at the end of the class. And honestly, I do have to edit and all that stuff, but I don't care. I'm having fun with you guys. We're chatting. There's only 77 of you. We lost half of you. That's perfectly fine. When it comes to perception, right? You have to perceive. And I'm talking specifically to men here. I'm talking specifically to men. I've failed a lot in my life when it comes to this. A lot. I've had my own versions of crashes and I had to rescue myself, right? But I've learned. And so you have to perceive your own body. Like you're having a conversation, difference of opinion turns into a conflict, and all of a sudden you start getting angry. You have to perceive that. You have to perceive that. You can't just, I'm going to go with the flow. Perceive it. Perceive that you're having this bodily reaction, that you're getting frustrated, that you're getting angry. Your tone, your body language is starting to change. You're starting to use words that you might not want. Hopefully you're perceiving before you start doing that. And then you're like, hey, the boundary that you create for yourself, not for them, is I won't express my anger in a behavior towards you. I will internalize it. I know I'm angry. I'm allowed to be angry. But I'm not going to express it towards you. That's my boundary. And how do I solve that for myself? Is that once I get to a point where I'm angry, I'm going to go for a walk for 10 minutes. I'm not going to tell you you need to leave the room. I'm not going to tell you you need to leave the house. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to go for a walk for 10 minutes. I'm going to cool off and we're going to come back to this. And that's why I said to tell them, I love you. I'm not stonewalling. You don't have to say that part, but this is what you're thinking. I'm not stonewalling. I'm going to be back. We're going to solve this. I'm not disconnecting from you. I'm connecting. This is how I can connect to you. I only want to connect to you with a calm, stable, regulated body and emotion. I'm not. So I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to solve it. I'm going to come back. These are all things that you're thinking to yourself. All you have to do is tell them, I love you. I'll be back in 10 minutes. We're going to solve this. Yeah, exactly. Unplugging and plugging back in just like a computer. Starting to go haywire. I'm just going to turn it on, turn it off, turn it back on. That's it. So yeah, boundaries, very important. That's for anything. It's like, if you do this, this is what I'm going to do. It's not an ultimatum. For the woman's side here, I'd love to hear the woman's side too. Because I only talk to men about this stuff. She has to understand that taking a walk doesn't mean dropping the issue. It just means that they're postponing it. Yes. She has to understand that. And so as telling her that too, because clear communication is important. You don't want to just like look at her. You're starting to get angry. You leave the room and then you take off knowing full well you are going to be back in 10 minutes. She thinks, catastrophizing, oh shit, it's over. So now she's stewing for those 10 minutes while you were calming down, so you come back to an angry woman. What you're doing is you're leading, saying, hey, I'm activated. I'm going for 10 minutes to calm down. We're going to come back to this. I will be back in 10 minutes. I'm setting my timer. You can even say, like, hey, Siri or hey, Google or whatever. Set timer for 11 minutes because it takes you a minute to leave the house. And that way, she's like, okay, maybe I should probably calm down too. Hopefully. We literally talk about every problem we have and try to find a solution. And that's the thing is, I'm talking to men here, but I see that we do have women here. So I'm going to use the terminology and the gender terminology for that. The thing is that when you find a good woman, life's going to throw situations at you. This different person that you're with is going to throw different situations at you. And it's going to be challenging. Life's already challenging. She's going to be challenging sometimes. Hopefully not all the time. But if you come at these conflicts, like in life and in partnership, with a sense of team building or growth versus I'm just going to discard and quit, you get to grow for the rest of your life. And so, like, if your job is tough and you're like, I'm just going to quit, well, maybe your job's tough because you have a skill set that you need to learn to make it easier. If your partner's tough, instead of quitting, unless it's abuse, you quit that. If it's just difference of opinion, then you get to either learn a new opinion, a new way of doing things, or you solve the problem together and you grow. I'll say as a woman, the whole don't go to bed angry business is silly. Sometimes I need to distance myself, so I'll step away or stay in the living room, let him have the bedroom. Yeah. I think part of it, sometimes your job just sucks, but we try and talk things out as best as we can. I'm real bad about giving the silent treatment, but it's because my parents taught me to never say anything in anger. I wouldn't say when I'm happy. So there's, that's great. That's a great insight. So difference of opinion, right? Like two different people, right? I agree with so I see this. So we do active listening, right? As men. So don't go to bed angry. Business is silly. Sometimes I need to distance myself. Distancing yourself is good. Taking some space. 2 different rooms to regulate, yourselves. And then you say you're bad at silent treatment, but that's because never say anything in anger. Okay. I look at that as like a top level or like a middle level in terms of like, here's the behavior I'm going to show so that we're not going to be angry with each other and create more problems, because that's the top level, right? So before that, just like with perception, reaction, braking distance, before that, utilizing that knowledge, the wisdom of it is the quicker you can get out of anger and towards gratitude for your partner, the quicker you can get back to the shared space in the bed, to not go to bed angry. And as a man, it's my job, no matter how mature the person I'm with, is to be more mature. She's kind, I'm going to be kinder. She's mature, I'm going to be more mature. She loves to give gifts, I'm going to give more. I'm going to lead everything. And so it would be my job to step into gratitude first so that I can help regulate her so we can all go back to the same bed at the end of the night. Because then you have that physical intimacy of going to bed together. And it helps co-regulate a lot of things. So for me, as soon as I feel like I need space, as soon as I get that new space, let's say we're going to different rooms. The moment I go into that other room, I am 2 different voices in my head. Angry, I recognize you're angry. The top shelf, so Douglas, right? When you were talking about praying together, the top shelf is, what am I supposed to be doing here? I get it, I'm angry. What am I supposed to be doing? What's the antidote to anger? Gratitude. I'm with this woman. I love her. I value her. And then this anger starts to shrink. I start doing all these different things. My goal is to do it quickly. And I could still have just this little in the background of anger. I'm going to go back into that room. And I'm going to say those things. My goal is to shorten that space without disregarding my emotions. Having different strengths and opportunities to shine are important too. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes, and there's the thing, this is the great balance of relationships, right? And you can also apply this to work. I'm doing it to work. It's like I'm trying to reduce this amount of time it takes for me to get the book out, right? Sometimes it's best, the solution sometimes the best is to have space. Sometimes the solution is to be your own person for a little bit and miss the work that I'm doing for the book. Because then I'm motivated more. Now I'm like, oh, like I got a new revelation while I had this space. Because when you're in it, it's a lot. And you just get trapped in this one mindset. When you take some space and you like go for a hike or you go out with a friend, not really talking about, the personal problems, but you go out with a friend and just experience life for a little bit and you come back with a different perspective. I think at my stage, with where I'm at, with all my life experiences, is that and all my journaling, is that I can pull a lot of my previous life experiences and different perspectives that I've had quickly during that space. And I've known that gratitude is really the antidote to anger. And then when it comes to the book, because it's creative, right? And I get frustrated sometimes. The antidote to frustration is to go for a hike, to go for a long walk, to go work out, to go like do something different that is out of trying to design a book, learning something new, putting myself in a beginner mindset again. That's the antidote for when I get stuck creatively. So it's almost like you're trying to find antidotes, or not antidotes, because all emotions are valid. Try to find it's not cognitive dissonance, because that's just two different thoughts. It's trying to find the complementary neutralizer. Because anger can destroy happiness, right? Can destroy gratitude, because then it turns into resentment. But yeah, the constant trying to get better. And that's why I focus on the Kaizen method, where it's 1% better every day. Not like I need to be perfect every day. I just need to be a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And before you know it, 6 months later, extremely good. And still 1% better, 1% better. Because it kind of goes back to what I was saying, is that, so relationship wise, yeah, I'm going to be just a little bit better so I can lead. And then when it comes to work, I'm going to be a little bit better so then I can lead. Like I'm doing this as a full-time, I've been doing this for years. Seriously, since 2016, almost 9 years. And so like in order to stay in the game, I got to be just a little bit better. I want to be the best, but I'm going to stress myself out. Exactly, Ghost on 2 wheels. All right, guys. Douglas, I appreciate your contribution to this. You kind of started it off with, well, maybe I started off, but you really kind of pushed the conversation going when it comes to this praying spiritually together. I love that. Smee, thank you for the women's perspective. I love hearing the women's perspective, because once again, you kind of get stuck in the mindset of, I need to be this man, and it can go too far. And sometimes hearing, the other side, it softens you up, and that's the femininity versus masculinity. I can go all day on that too. So it's like, I mean, really, at the end of the day, men are easy. I want a purpose. I want to be able to provide. I just want loyal, respect, supportive, and love. How the behaviors to make that happen, that works. After dark is, we might do some of these things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love doing motorcycle stuff, and I'm looking at the other things that I'm like have been studying for years, and psychology is definitely one of the big things. I've been in therapy since 2018, January 2018, with the same therapist, so she knows me in and out. She's been with me before my marriage, during my marriage, as a stepfather, during the separation, during the divorce, during the dating, during my life situations, all the way till like last. I had my last therapy appointment last Wednesday, and so like I've been a student of it. I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably the best client she's got, because like every single time she tells me to do something, I do it for that month, and then I report back, and I tell her what worked, what didn't work, where I'm at, what situations I've had in that last month, how I've responded to them, my failures, my successes. These are the things I'm having trouble with. Here's the new thing I need to practice for the month. And since 2018, January 2018. 7 years. Consistent. Either 2 times or once a month. 2 times during the hard times. I think the firefighter first responder approach to problems has such a marvelously universal reach into other aspects of life, and really enjoy hearing about it. I'm sure many others would too. James, like, are you talking about like what we're talking about now, or what, like basically just any situation? I'm the best. Doing competitive therapy. No, I've taken the firefighter approach, because a lot of the firefighter approach is, it's the smart rider principles. That's the firefighter approach. Like specifically, seeks and understands, maintains, basically having protective gear. So shielding yourself. That's basically what it is, shielding yourself. Rescuing others, so having the skill set of everything, and then having an overflowed cup to be able to rescue somebody else with your knowledge. And then still having enough and constantly getting better and better and better to teach and mentor other people, so that you learn as a teacher. So that's the Feynman technique, where if you know enough, even if you don't know a lot, the simple fact that you're having to try to teach somebody something is going to show you the gaps in your knowledge. And then you can either be a grifter, or you can be what's the term? I don't know. It's not a snake oil salesman, but basically just somebody that is just teaching something they don't know. You could do that, or you can realize the gaps in your knowledge, study more to teach better, to study more to teach better, and that's the Feynman technique. And so that's why I included it in the Smart Rider principles, and it's how I live my life. And so applying the firefighter, so emergency skills, slowing down, focus, spiritual situation, was planning ahead, adapting, change. Exactly. Adapt and overcome, basically. And that's life. And if you can't adapt, it means there's a skill set versus you're a failure. And so you need to go back to study. You need to go back to training. You need to go back to practice. You need to have it ingrained. And then you even have to look at your ingrained skills and realize they no longer serve you. And so in firefighting, there's so much involved in so many different things that have improved. It's a healthcare system, basically. It's fire behavior, but they're learning new things with fire. I mean, just recently, I still keep up with a lot of the firefighter stuff. And I knew, and the old guys knew, before the science came about, is that when you're in a house fire, and I'm just giving an example, when you're in a house fire and you see smoke billowing out, they used to teach us, don't spray water into the smoke, because you're going to collapse the thermal layer and it's going to drop down on you. But the old guys and me knew that that's superheated gases. So you're walking into gases that are just as hot as fire, and you're burning up. So it's not just shooting water on the fire. You also spray the ceiling. You spray and cool down the smoke. Smoke's going to be smoke. You're not going to see anything, but now it's going to be cooled smoke versus which is just particulates, and you have the SCBA. So all right, shield gear, right? You're gonna still do that, but you're gonna make the house tenable to possibly people that are trapped because you're cooling down the house. You might be having breathing problems, but hopefully they're low to the ground. But you solve that, and now there's studies out there saying that that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But back in the day, they taught us not to do that, even though we did, because we knew. And so there's always changes in the fire service, even then. And so all the people that have learned this whole time not to spray water into the smoke, now they're like, oh, we've been doing it wrong, or whatever. They learn something new. Now they have to retrain those ingrained things, because then you go into a fire and you're like, I shouldn't shoot water into the smoke. Now you do. So just like with other things in life, is that for me specifically, and I remember, was it Smee? Smee, are you still in here? Because it's my parents taught me to never say anything in anger I wouldn't say when I'm happy. So the ingrained thoughts from parenting could be good or bad. For me, on my level, the things that I was taught growing up, by example, by verbal communication, by their behavior, was not good. And so as an adult, I had to reparent, not just reteach, not retrain, none of, like, you can apply that to motorcycling, firefighting, retraining, but reparent myself to where those aren't things that serve me in a healthy relationship. Those serve me in that kind of relationship. And so retraining myself, reparenting myself to speak how I'm speaking to you guys in this last 45 minutes has got me to a point where this is what is healthy. And so, yeah, that's something I took from firefighting and therapy, where you have to adapt, you have to change, not just with new stuff, but what's the old stuff? Is it serving you? Traditions are great. I think the old school traditions of the masculine, feminine that we talked about, Douglas, we talked about praying with your spouse. Those are old traditions that nobody knows why anymore, but they've served a purpose to solve problems that people no longer know what the problem are. And so people are trying to come up with new things that the problem's been solved. And so traditions are great, but sometimes the unhealthy ones aren't. So you're fighting heat, not smoke. Yeah, you're fighting heat, not smoke. Military used that back in the day through what we called sergeant's time. The lower enlisted would teach each other basic MOS knowledge. Teacher teaches the teacher, essentially. Yeah, and that's another thing is people coming right out of the academy, or probably boot camp, or probably all these other different things. They have the new knowledge. They have the new knowledge, not the experienced knowledge. There's the tacit knowledge that people get through life experiences, and then there's the basically book knowledge. And so when the new guys teach the older guys something, they learn the book knowledge. The old guys learn the book knowledge, and then the old guys teach the tacit knowledge to the new guys. So there's this really good exchange between everybody, and everyone's learning, everyone's teaching. And then when the new guys get to become the old guys, the cycle repeats. And that's why in the Smart Rider Principles, teaching and mentoring is a part of what I do. Walking into burning building is just wild to me. Kudos to firefighters. It's when I was a firefighter, thank you. It's interesting. You get confidence through training, and the act of service is why. So how to do it, training. Why you do it, you're going in there to save a life. What better way to serve? And so you kind of put your own, and it's a very masculine thing, right? So we were talking about personal relationships. you put risk to yourself to serve someone else. I mean, what's the scripture there, Douglas? What is it, like no better gift, or I'm trying to learn scripture. To lay a life for someone else, something like that. I think it's a very masculine thing. I think it's something that all men don't want to have to do, but they will, hopefully. And that's where the order of charity comes in, where, God first, yourself, spouse. Put yourself at the bottom of the list and help those before you. Yeah. I mean, you also have needs too, right? I mean, I did that for a long time and I burnt myself out. And I got to a point where it's like, I need to take care of myself, which I found out wasn't much. I didn't have to do much to take care of myself. Eat right, work out, have a purpose. This is what I'm doing. Fulfilled. Relationships, friendships, guys, guy time. And then once I have those, which doesn't take much, 15 hours a week? 15 hours a week, that's it. And then the rest of the week, you can serve others with a full cup. That's what's been working for me. Ex-combat medic bows to you, Dan. Best scenario is the rescue scenario, yeah. I liked being RIT, Rapid Intervention Team, or RIC, Rapid Intervention Crew. I studied a lot of firefighter survival, so like how to drag firefighters out. Like I worked with a lot of webbing, how to create a harness and drag them out, and like making sure I was like physically fit. I'm a small guy, 5'5.5". I thought I was 5'6". I measured myself recently. I've been made fun of by the person I'm dating a little bit. She's a little 5 foot, whatever. Very cute though. A little bit of an attitude. That's fine. I like it. Somebody's at the door. Maybe she heard me talking about her. And so I practiced a lot of I like being on the RIT crew, where it would be on right at the door, ready to go with my partner. If a firefighter went down, we knew exactly where they were. Boom, we'd drag them out, and it'd be like, how fast did we do it? Did we do it well? Like it was like an athlete type thing. I loved it. Boring, because you're just sitting there. You don't get to fight the fire. But I knew, and I trained. I got into powerlifting. I was a pure fitness trainer for the fire department. Really wanted these guys to be in good shape, because I didn't want a firefighter to go down because of like a heart problem, or because they're overweight and they're overtaxing their body. So I tried my best there. If anything, I want them to go down because I don't want them to go down. If anything, if they go down, it's because of roof collapse or they got trapped or whatever it was. Boom, I'm going to bring my axe and Halligan, come in, tear down a wall if I need to, and like get them out. That's why at the station, part of the training that I would do, and I'd try to get people to do with me, is that I'd get one of those big tractor tires and our sledgehammer, and we'd do sledgehammer drills, and we would do like rope pulls, and it's like dragging, flipping tires, like things that are like awkward instruments, but also using the instruments that we typically have, and get ourselves strong enough to, because if you have to, if you're in a burning building and the building is brick, how are you going to get out? There's no window. You're going through that brick wall. Just make a hole big enough, undo your SCBA, keep the mask on, slide the SCBA through the small hole, crawl your ass out there. Those are fun training exercises. Taking care of yourself is, hard lesson. You'd be surprised. I used to think partners, friends, family, all that stuff, like that's kind of like their job. John 15:13. Nice. Can you write the scripture in the chat? If you can. And I used to think that was the case, and then I started taking care of myself. I'm like, oh, it doesn't take much. And then I get a full cup. Ramsey, and that's insane. That's pretty crazy. My wife, she's the best, but she works so hard at taking care of others. I have to remind her to take care of herself, but she can't fill anyone else's cup if hers is empty. Exactly. Exactly. You know, it's a fun side note. I don't know if she's watching this or not. But yesterday, I was dealing with a little bit of imposter syndrome when it comes to like making the book. It's usually whenever a project is nearing completion, it's like I get this feeling of like nobody likes it, nobody likes me, nobody cares about the information I'm about to give, and it's like I'm taking a big risk, and like I'm doing this, I put a lot of effort into it. Sometimes I get that. I just shared that real quickly with her, and she wrote something very supportive right back. Very supportive. Just small 4-sentence paragraph. And that's all it takes sometimes. And so if you want to like serve others, you don't have to solve their problems. You just remind them of the strength that they have. And sometimes that's all it takes. And that can fill, it depends on who the person that's saying it, right? It can fill their cup a lot. A lot. And sometimes that's all you have to do for like your wife, your partner, your spouse, whatever it is. Yeah. We're all cogs in the same machine. We work together, work better in unison. Yep. Mom and dad are a World War II generation. Dad was born 1937, mom 1941. I constantly think about what I say because of them. Yep. Different generation. Definitely different generation. More of the traditional sense. It's really good. It's a balance on an airplane. When you need this O2 mask, you put it on yourself first so you can help. Yeah, it kind of goes back to what we're talking about here. But guys, I need to eat. I haven't eaten yet. Thank you, Moto Rescue EMT, for becoming a crew member. You got a nice little mustache. It's awesome. I'm gonna edit these videos. I'm gonna go ahead and deliver these packages. I had meal prepped yesterday, some turkey and rice. I'm gonna go eat some turkey and rice, and I'm gonna do a few things. Yeah, hopefully you guys like this last part. Sometimes I do it. It's kind of what's on my mind at the time. Kind of what's on my mind. You know, getting the work done, getting the priorities set, and then now it's kind of chill. This is kind of like how I am after work anyways. Constantly getting better, the Kaizen method. Look up Ikigai, define your purpose. Have balance everywhere. Masculine, feminine, everybody. Pray with your partner if that's something you want to do, but it's definitely helpful. Order charity, we talked about that. How to fill your cup first. Hopefully you guys took some of this to heart. It's good talk. Thank you guys for participating in the chat. I got to learn a little bit more about you guys. I enjoy that. It's good little bouncing back and forth. We're playing ping pong over here. Pickleball, tennis, whatever. You throw something at me, I throw something back. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. I'll see you guys later.